Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is actually going to be a Q&A. I asked you guys to ask me questions so that I can go ahead and answer them for you, just to get to know me a little better. The only thing is that my fiance was supposed to be in the video, but because of his busy schedule for work, he's not able to, just because he gets home extremely tired. When he does get home, he helps me with the baby, so I don't want to put too much stress on him, so I'm gonna go ahead and do it myself. But yes, I hope you guys do enjoy the video. If you are interested in today's video, just keep on watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's get right into the video. So the first question was, how did you guys decide on the baby's name? So we actually decided on this name even before we found out we were pregnant. We actually had spoke about it years before we talked about having kids. So we did keep the name. If you guys don't know, her name's Belle. We kept the K for her dad because her dad's name is Kevin, so Kaylee, Kevin. My name is Leslie, so of course we wanted to keep a little bit of my name in there too. So the last of her name is Lee, so L for Leslie, K as in Kevin. Makes sense because that's the best explanation I can give. So Kaylee. We also came up with the name Belle. If you guys don't know, we are big Disney enthusiasts. We love Disney, Disneyland, anything Disney, so we did want to put a Disney name in there. We had a lot, just that's what came up first. We decided on Belle because we did get engaged in Paris, France, and Beauty and the Beast, I believe, takes place in France, so it kind of has a meaning to it, actually a big meaning, and we loved the name, so of course we went with Belle. So Kaylee Belle, and that's a little quick story on how we came up with her name, Belle. So the next question is, how did you and your fiance meet? There's not much of a story there. We met, of course, on social media, on Instagram. We met a few years back. Me and him will be 6 years this December, so a little over 6 years. We met on Instagram. However, I believe like a few weeks after we started talking, we did meet in person. But yeah, social media is where we met, of course. So next question you guys want to know is, do we want more kids? Yes, we want more kids. Kevin wants 3, I want 4, just because I have to have an even number, because when we go to Disneyland, it has to be evenly on the rides. If not, if we end up having 3, Kevin's gonna have to go on the rides by himself. So but I don't want to say, because of course things can happen in the future. We can end up having more, we can end up having less. I'm okay with 3, of course, whatever God blesses me with, but obviously we have to see for the future and see how many we eventually have. But he wants 3 and I want 4. Okay, so next question I got is, do you still do pharmacy? I still do work in pharmacy. I am a pharmacy technician, for those who don't know. I've been working for inside the pharmacy for about 4 years now. It has its pros and cons, as does any job. This is not something I want to do for the rest of my life as a career, but I do enjoy it. It is easy money. I do, like I said, enjoy it sometimes. You just have to be able to put up with a lot of stuff. It is based on customer service as well. So I would suggest or recommend you try it to see if you like it. It could be you like it, it could be that you don't. You just have to try it. I of course do. The only downside is that I have to be on my feet the whole day, which sucks, but I do put in my exercise. So yes, definitely something you should look into. I believe there may be some time we'll be hiring the pharmacy that I work at, so if you're interested, DM me. Next question is, who is more protective with the baby? I have to say Kevin. We actually had this conversation when we were trying to film this Q&A the first time, and we actually answered the same. He is more protective for 2 reasons. One, of course, that's his firstborn, his baby girl, that's daddy's girl, which that can be one of the reasons. But second, when I did give birth, I did get extremely sick. For those who watched my last video, my labor and delivery, if you have not yet, watch it. I actually ended up getting really sick, so I was not able to really do much with the baby. So he of course had to go full dad mode and take care of the baby. Even when we got home, he did. So I feel like obviously he has a connection with his little girl because that's his little girl, but I feel like now he has a stronger bond with her, just because he did, had to do everything on his own. So of course that kind of made him more protective, just because he sees her growing up day by day, and just like, I don't know how to explain it, but definitely Kevin is more protective with the baby, and will be when she becomes a teenager and starts dating. You guys also want to know, was the baby planned? Yes, yes, yes. Baby Kaylee was planned. We actually talked about it years ago. We wanted to have a family once we were stable, once we had our own place, once we had a stable job, which we have all that, thank God. She was planned. However, we thought that we would take a while to get pregnant, just because I was on birth control for a few years, and the doctor did explain to me that it will take anywhere between 6 months, to 1 year for the birth control to leave my system completely. Of course, that was not the case with me. I got pregnant right away, first try, but she was planned. We got a lot of questions that were similar, so of course there's not going to be many, because a lot of you guys asked the same questions. But next question was, when is your guys' wedding? Our wedding is actually going to be next year in 2020. We know the month, and not the date, but we know the month that we want to have it in. However, we won't be telling anyone yet, just because we do want something small. We actually want to go all out for our honeymoon instead, just because we don't want to spend a lot of money just for other people to enjoy it, because I know when it's your wedding, you're a little stressed out and stuff. We don't want any of that stress. We'd rather spend all the money, of course, on us and a big honeymoon. We won't be saying the date yet, just because we haven't picked, and we don't want to offend anyone in case they don't get invited, of course, because it is going to be a small wedding. But we will keep you guys posted. We will have a video, of course, of both our honeymoon as well, but definitely next year, 2020, so stay tuned. This is a good question, and I would answer it with a smile on my face. Do you and Kevin have any pet peeves? Kevin's not here to answer for himself, of course. I'm going to go ahead and answer for myself. Yes, my biggest pet peeve in general is people that make me repeat myself. If you guys don't know me personally, you guys know that I do speak very loudly. That's just how I am. My voice is just very loud. So if you're someone that makes me repeat myself, knowing that I'm extremely loud the way I talk, then I would be extremely frustrated, and I would not repeat myself, and I would block you, and you're no longer my friend. I'm just kidding, but that's something that I don't like, having to repeat myself. My biggest pet peeve now, being a mom, is having people tell you how to raise your child, or what you should do, or do this or do that. I cannot stand that. Of course, I know that people do that to kind of, give you a little help, especially being a first-time mom, and I understand that, and I will consider it. I want to be able to learn as I go, meaning I want to know why my daughter's crying. I want to know what there is to know, but I want to do it myself and how I want to do it, of course, because I'm the one raising her. Sorry if I offend anyone, but yes, that's one of my biggest pet peeves now. Also got a question that's very difficult for me to answer, is what is my favorite movie? I do not have a favorite movie right now, just because every time a new movie comes out, that is my favorite movie, or so I say. So I'm always changing favorite movies every other day or whatnot. The only movie that I do go back to all the time that makes me laugh my ass off, and my fiance is probably gonna watch this and say, this isn't your favorite movie, why are you lying, is probably Pineapple Express. That one is so funny, and I love watching it, and it's on Netflix, so if you want to go watch it now. Next question was, if you can travel anywhere in the world, where would you go? I don't have a specific place I would go, because generally I want to travel, of course. We're actually talking about traveling to all the different Disneylands in the world, which we will do, but I don't have a specific place, but I do want to travel to Bora Bora, and I want to travel to Thailand and New York and all that stuff. So just anywhere. This is a good question. What made you start your YouTube channel? I've actually wanted to have a YouTube channel for some time now. The only thing is that I did not have the time, just because I've worked a full job. Now I have a time because I'm home all day. But I wanted to do a channel just because I wanted to wait to actually have my baby girl to make one, because I wanted to film, of course, things that we do with her, things that we plan on doing, just to kind of have for memories when she's older, or for us to kind of look back on and enjoy, just kind of for the fun. I'm excited to a year pass by and look back at these videos and say, oh my gosh, I've changed. My eyebrows were ugly, now they're bleak. But I generally just wanted to do it for fun, for memories. When do you have on having your second baby? Don't wait too long. Well, my fiance and I actually spoke about this because we were actually wanting to have at least some of our kids close in age. However, just because Kaylee is our first, we are going to wait anywhere between 3 to 4 years. Obviously, we don't know if that would happen. If God blesses us with another kid sooner, of course, we'll be happy. But 3 to 4 years between our second and third, we do want to have those close in age, about a year apart. So soon, but not now. You guys also want to know how I found out I was pregnant and how I told my fiance. If you guys didn't know, I was supposed to do a story time. I did a story time. I posted it. I didn't like it. I took it off. I want to film a better story time for that when my fiance is able to record the video with me, because I want him to tell his side of the story when he found out how he felt and all that. So of course I wanted to do a better video, so I'm gonna still do it, just waiting for him to kind of make it more fun and more long, because that video was extremely short. You guys also asked, do I plan on going back to work? You should do a nighttime routine. First question that I want to answer is, do I plan on going back to work? Yes, I do plan on going back to work. As shocking as it sounds, I do enjoy working. But the thing is that I did get, I believe, almost 6 months. So I left in August and I don't go back to work until January, the end of January. So I do have some time off. But I do plan on going back. I cannot wait to go back, but I still have time. So I'm going to enjoy the time I have with my little girl before I go back. Also, I want to do a routine video, nighttime and daytime. However, right now we're not on a routine, just because the baby is still small. When she gets a little older, I do want to put her in a routine, so definitely we'll film that when she's on a routine. Right now we kind of just go day by day without knowing what's going to happen, what we're going to do, and all that stuff. Next question is, what's the hardest part about being first-time mom? As cliche as it sounds, the hardest part about being a mom for the first time, or as a parent in general, is the fact that you do get no sleep. We do wake up every 2 to 3 hours to feed her. She stays up after she's done feeding. She stays up for about an hour, so technically about 2 to an hour and a half that we actually get to sleep. Sometimes she does sleep for more, just basically whenever we decide to feed her. But yes, definitely the sleep. Definitely also hard is when your first time parent, is that when they do cry, and you've done everything, you've changed them, you fed them, you know, you've done everything, and baby's still crying excessively, you kind of get a little nervous. But of course, as time goes by, you kind of start to know why your baby is doing or crying, just because you get used to him or her, and you know, you're growing with them and learning with them. So of course, over time it does get easier, but there's still many things that are difficult about being a first-time mom. But those are the two that I can think of right now. Next question is, what advice would you give a first-time mom that no one gave you? When I was pregnant, even before, a lot of people gave me advice, so I can't say no one has given me advice, but I don't think I would be able to give advice to a first-time mom, just because of the fact that every baby's different, every mom's different, every learning experience is different for everyone. Of course, I don't want to be the type of person that kind of tells a first-time mom how to raise their child or what to do. So it's kind of like, I can give advice, would I? Probably not, unless it is one of my friends and they ask for advice. But right now I won't say that I would give advice either, just because of the fact that I am still a first-time mom. I'm still learning. My baby girl is still 1 month, so I still have a lot to learn. Maybe in the future, when I've had 2 kids or had more experience, I would be able to give advice, but for now, not much I can give advice about, so probably nothing. What was both of your reactions when you found out you were pregnant? We were both extremely happy, extremely nervous. Like I told you guys, she was planned, so we didn't find as a surprise. It was planned. So of course, happy, excited, nervous, of course. A lot of you guys did end up asking the same question, so a lot of these questions were repeats. I do plan on doing a part 2 of the Q&A. However, I do want to do it with my fiance, so of course he can get in some answers and kind of be more involved in the videos as well. So that is all that I'm going to be answering today. If I did not answer your question, so sorry. I will answer it in the next Q&A. I do have a few more ideas that I'm going to film for you guys over the weekend, and I will have those up for you soon. So this video is coming to an end. Thank you guys for watching.